to give you this recording as a public preview. Okay, so good morning and welcome to About. This is a Power BI training. So here we are going to discuss why we should learn Power BI and how we should learn Power BI and how to get the job. A second. Somebody dropped me or what? Okay, so you can see my screen, right? So clear, perfect. Now, so this is the Power BI demo. So here we are going to learn why we should learn Power BI and how we should learn and how to get the job. Okay, these are the main agenda and how basically it works. So this is a brief about the agenda. And before I get started, myself Mahendar, I have 15 years of experience and I'm a certified Power BI developer, and I hold 70448, 70778 and PL300, and I'm a trainer, coach and mentor. So you need to understand this thing first. What is coaching versus training versus mentoring? Okay, if you understand this, then you are very near to your success, right? So we all do our self learnings, and things will not work. We do a lot of hard works, we are too much clevers, and everybody has its own unique creative thoughts, and but to get the success, you need to have a training, you need to have a coaching, you need to have a mentoring to get the success quickly and effectively. I'm saying, so success will come definitely if you do hard work. Nobody can stop you there. Okay, even without anybody's help, but it might take longer time, right? So it might take longer time and you might go ended in the wrong place sometimes. Okay, that's where even you do a business, you do a startup, you do anything, you need to have a mentor. So mentoring is a very like with small efforts, with small words can lead you a different dimension. Okay, so I do mentoring, I do coaching, I do training. This batch I would like to come up with a new idea, where we actually work together one on one, not just training. I mean, training just giving gyan, and you have a lot of material out there in YouTube and a lot of other learning platforms, but why you still here to pay the amount, right? That's where you might have realized, and that is the reason that leads here, that thought leads here to me to meet me in online, right? So that is very clear. But now, why should I learn Power BI? Why should I learn Power BI? First thing, okay, Power BI is an on-demand course. Currently in the market, it's very demanding. Why it is so demand in the market, right? So guys, if you are not muting yourself, please mute. If anybody is from old batch students, please mute the other persons if they do not know how to mute them. Okay, so why should I learn Power BI? Because it is on demand, very good market and futuristic tool. You can build your base with zero, and then you can go up to master level, and you have a very powerful dimensions altogether. Like you can go to data science side, you can go to business analyst side, you can go to Power BI developer, you can go to Power BI architect, you can go to backend developer, you can go to Power BI admin. Okay, so lot of scopes are there. Okay, UI designer, UX designer, right? So lot of things are there. Okay, so that is the reason we should learn Power BI, and it's easy to get the job. We have a lot of tricks and tips that will definitely help you out to get the job. Okay, and how to learn how to get the job. So why we should learn, we are clear. So it is on demand, it's a futuristic tool, and Microsoft is continuously understanding the competition in the market and adding the new features to the Power BI to make it always on demand. You can go and check in the Gartner report. Okay, when it was started, way back in 2015 it started, Power BI. Okay, in 2018 it struggled to come to a competition, but then it never looked back, and it's going on in the leaderboard, and it's on the top. Guys, go on mute. Somebody was actually playing my video itself. Ravi Prakash, I'm hearing you. Just go on mute, please. This happens actually because we are in the first day. Okay, so everybody then they will be set maybe after 1 or 2 days. But one thing is very clear: live class never replaced, because there are a lot of material out there, a lot of expertise out there in the YouTube, but you will not get concentrate, and you will not get that connection to the subject. That is for true. Okay, I've been teaching this almost 2 years now, and I've given almost 20 plus batches, and thousand around thousand trainees that I've guided. Okay, so that's all about mine, and then how you should learn. Okay, we should at least connect one on one every day, at least 5 minutes. 5 minutes, at least. I'm saying, okay, 2 to 5 minutes you need to connect with me daily, one on one, after the class. Okay, one on one, one to one otherwise. Okay, so let me write like this. Okay, this will actually understand you better, and you understand the course better. Okay, and one on one after the class, after the call, maybe you just ping me. Whoever ping first, I'll call you, and we can have a video chat, and then we can understand better what are your strengths and weaknesses. I have a template. I'm going to tell you. Let me share you that first, how this training is going to be in the Google Drive. I have a lot of material out there. Okay, that is a different story. But we am actually individual trackers I'm maintaining for now. Okay, so I will also share you these trackers, and you see we are actually having all these things like personal info, assignment trackers, okay, screenshots, what you have done and what kind of feedback I'm given, and your doubts will be tracked in one location, and your all these things, interviews and everything, we are going to track, and we are going to give you feedback. Okay, so all those things that are there in one location, and this will definitely help you out. I'm sure, and I need your feedback also, because this is and started in the last batch with few people, but I would like to make it mandatory for this batch. And if you are really interested, you work with that template and you ask me for the template. I'll work with you. Okay, so now that is one thing, and the training is giving gyan, coaching is be with you and work for your weaknesses, and do the kicks, practice the hardest kick more and more, and then you become a good champion in the interview, right? So that's the main intent for this coaching. Coach, right? So he will be with you until you get the goal. And mentor is something different. He will never be with you, but you will have a conversation when you are in a hard time, and you just get some good motivation words, and that words will game changing, right? People who came with me here with 11 lakhs package to 36 lakhs package. Okay, so there is a scenarios, there are many scenarios. Okay, there are many different cases. It might not be possible for you, but it could be possible. It has possible, it has done actually. We have a successful execution that. Okay, so that's how you can learn, and you should have a commitment to get the job. Okay, even my expectations went wrong in many times. I said I've used to discuss with people who actually suits for this training and all. But then I realized, one person, he came with very interesting, and he don't have any other option. He just came, and but he was struggling actually. He could not able to sustain, and we said, no, 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 this won't work for you. You can go up, and you can just do any other businesses or any other small job, which actually even you don't know how to even speak, and you do not have a lot of confidence. You are missing confidence. All those things we tested, and that's not worked out. But now he's doing, he's earning 1 lakh per month. So even I'm saying whatever I'm saying, you might not believe, but you can come and visit here. We can showcase you, and a lot of feedbacks also available in my YouTube channel. Okay, you can go through them. Um, but yes, it is possible. Anybody and everyone can actually do anything. Okay, I'm not saying only Power BI or anything that you can do. You cannot underestimate yourself. If people underestimate you, also should not believe. That's where I realized I should not judge anyone, by its cover. Okay, so then, if you have guts, commitment, then this is the right path, right platform to get the job and change your life into next level, right? So that's where we actually, it's all about my training, and it's all about why you should learn Power BI and how you are going to work with me to get the good workouts, to strong knowledge and expertise. And not only this, in this benefit you are going to get a lot of lot of my experience. I will share with you, real time scenarios, interview cracking mechanisms, right? So these are all main advantages that you are going to get for free, right? So, and moreover that, you are going to get a premium license for 2 months. Okay, so this is one of the greatest advantage that you are going to get. Why? In the real time, you might be working with premium license, but you will be limited. Your scope will be very limited. You will be entitled with one of the roles out of the 4 roles. Okay, there is a admin, member, contributor, and viewer. So you could be one of them, but here you could be play all of them, because it's free for you for 2 months, and you can do anything and everything. It's more than real time, that I can say. And in the real time, if you do something, it could hamper, and you will feel you have a kind of fear that no, if I do something, this will happen. But here you can try. You can delete the workspace, you can delete the report, everything is fine. I i i do not stop you to do. Even you can delete my report also fine, because I will have a backup here. I can republish. But make sure you do not do wantedly the mistakes, but you try without fear. So that's where I recommend we will do a in-depth mechanisms in the Power BI license. Okay, Power BI subscription. What is tenant? What is Office 365 admin? What is tenant admin? What is workspace admin? All these things, and lineage view, list view, data flows, data marts, right? Apps. Okay, dashboard. Six types of dashboards we are going to cover. We are going to cover IoT dashboard extensively. We build in the dashboard, and what is the card importance in the dashboard, subscription versus alerting mechanisms. Lot many things in the admin side, gateways. I'm going to install, and I'm going to show you. I'm going to share with you, and you should work how I'm going to work. And you should have a good laptop and internet. These are the two prerequisites that you should have. Even you don't know anything about computer, believe me, one person came to me here, and brother, I do not know anything. I've done my masters in chemistry, but I never worked with laptop. I used to watch movies in laptop. That's it. He just came to me. He worked with me, and now he's a tech lead in the Infosys. Okay, so I just want to give you this glimpse, because that's how, if you do really work hard, definitely nobody can stop you. Okay, whoever is doing for government jobs, practicing, preparing for government jobs, 10% of effort is enough to get a job here. Imagine there is 100% to get the government job, just 10% you put it here, you will get the job. I'm guaranteed that. Okay, so all these things keep in mind. If you have any friends who are actually underrated, kind of thing, person like who is actually having very good knowledge and smart person, but still because of he's in a wrong position, is wrongly estimated. Okay, because our value will be increased based on where we are actually. Okay, so if you have any person who actually deserves this, and if he required any good mentoring or coaching, then he will definitely go into a next dimension. Refer, you will be part of his life. Wherever whenever he look back, you will be there. Even that's my intention. I do not require, I mean, it's not about that, but yes, I'm mostly motivated towards this kind of value system. Okay, so keep that in mind. These are all the features that I'm going to tell you, and moreover, you are going to get the recordings, and I'm going to give you a practice files. So most important thing is practice files and assignments. You need to do all these assignments, and you need to work with me. You need to ask your doubts, update the tracker at least 3 hours. 3 hours you need to dedicatedly work. And you know what? One person came to me. He's come up with a medical background, and he just he worked more than what I told. His goal is like whatever he told, I need to go 10% extra. That was his target actually. Okay, and he get the job within one month 15 days. He got the job within 1 month 15 days. There could be many factors that actually supported for us, but I'm just telling you, everything is possible and depends on many factors: your luck, your hard work, your people think for hard work people luck is not. No. It's up to you. I mean, how you take it up. Whatever I say, you should, maybe you might not take 100%, but things. I as a responsible person, I would like to tell you this. Okay, so all these things that needs to be cooperated. Definitely, it will leads for your success. Okay, so practice files, premium license, assignments, updating trackers, at least 3 hours you need to spend 1 hour for training, and 2 to 5 minutes to discuss with me after the class. Okay, all those things are very, very important to get the success, because I'm just checking all of them. How people come with an initial expectation will be high, and they want to do something else, and goes on, their motivation levels will get down. And because of next time chance, they will ignoring, anyway I can do a next time, right? Let me go to the party. Okay, let me go to outside for a walking, something like that. Let me watch it from mobile. These are all actually uh, big enemies for your success. If you are really committed, you should be sitting in common keen area and have a pen and paper ready. Open a laptop, have a book ready. So whatever the important points that I have written, and you need to track it. And you know what? One of the school teacher who has actually 20 years of experience. Okay, so he came to me, and I was surprised. Like, actually, he has done his BA, and he came to me and saying that I need to, I'm desperately looking for a job. I said, okay, sir, I'm not guaranteeing, but you can try. So he tried a lot, and he got the job. He directly assistant manager in one of the greatest company, and he's working almost now 1.5 year now. He used to work very hard, and used to write his notes, and he used to snap the photos and then send it to me. I said, why sir? I'm not a school teacher, something like that. No, I was a teacher, so I used to ask my students. So it's my benefit, sir. That's where I'm sending you. So I'm not asking you, I'm not forcing anything, but still, if you do that level of commitment, you will definitely get it. A lot of success stories, I don't want to highlight them. I'm just highlighting the scenarios. Okay, I'm not pinpointing any person. I don't want to highlight them. I don't want to make them hero. You are the hero. I am the director. Okay, so keep that in mind and work one on one. Do not look who is the other person. You and me alone. That's it. Okay, so right time, right discussion will give you a best benefits. So that's where I always recommend, if you have any doubts, feel free to ask me after the class, so that I will be fully dedicated. My mind will be fully motivated that I should help someone who actually deserve that help, right? So, but if you ask me when I was doing my work, then maybe I forgot that okay, I should help the other person because I fully involved into my work. So that's where I recommend, you should have a particular timeline so that where we can connect together and I can give you my 100%, time for you, that point of time, right? So that is the reason I always recommend after the session it will be good time to discuss one on one. Okay, so actually today, two batches before, I tried to have a one-on-one discussion like what you have done yesterday, what you are planning for today, what will you do tomorrow, any obstacles or any challenges that you are facing, like a scrum call. Okay, but somehow I could not able to manage it, but this time I would like to have a perfect discussion. I mean, I'm committed for that with the tracker. That time there was no tracker, actually individual tracker. I thought of tracking everyone's into a one location, but that did not work out. Okay, so I would like to go an individual mechanism. So that's where I decided. Okay, if you have any challenges with that, please let me know, so that I mean I can exclude or I can just think of what is your valid point and all. Okay, so that is the process mainly, right? So if you have any questions, right away you can unmute yourself and you can ask me. I can answer your questions about the process, about the, all these things. Okay, now coming to Power BI demo, right? So far we understand the process, how and why you should connect with me, why you should learn here. Though there are a lot of YouTube channels, though there are a lot of training materials out there in the websites or any other applications, right? That is clear now. Now Power BI. Why Power BI? Why it is so important? Because Microsoft is doing, because I am doing, because you don't have any other option? No, not because of this. Power BI is an intelligent tool. It's a business intelligence tool. BI. So BI first. What is intelligence? People think that it is too much clever or too much knowledge and smartness, or they will give a lot of other definitions, but actually not. Intelligence means understanding the past, working on present, expecting the future the way we want. I mean, it talks about the time, past, present, and future, and the way you control it. So this actually a vibrating, definition for me when I started way back in 8 years or 9 years back. Okay, so that day itself I decided I should be part of this intelligence program. I started with my MSBI, so MSBI, Microsoft Business Intelligence. Then I shifted to Power BI. So where there was a baby, like Microsoft was just started in 2005 on Excel BI, and then they introduced first Power BI Desktop, first version, and then I've been part of it, but a lot of challenges, a lot of struggles. I don't, you trust me, you believe me or not, I said they are doing nonsense. Why Microsoft actually unnecessarily losing their brand, their standards and everything, because it was that difficult to work with. But now it is super. I'm actually when I compare with my initial experience with now, there is lot difference. Okay, so intelligence means past, how my previous sales, and how my present sales, and what will be my future sales, how can I make my 10x sales, control. Okay, so this is a simple definition. So if you apply this intelligence for your life, it's life intelligence. If you apply for career, it's a career intelligence. If you apply for business, it's a business intelligence. If you apply for your CID, right? So criminal intelligence bureau. So CID people, actually they are the intelligent. I mean, that's how they work. Like what actually happened, what is actually happening, how the criminals might escape and where he could go. So how we can catch them. So they will actually do this investigation, right? So investigation kind of thing. Mostly they work on past and present, and they will try to control the situation. So we should have at least these things in life. Okay, what was your life and how it's going on, where do you really want to go, how you can go about it. Definitely Power BI will help you out because it works on different domains. Whatever the domain you have at this point of time, I can convert your projects into Power BI projects. I can give you guidance on how to make your projects into Power BI projects if you really work with me. Right? So MSBI is also a Power BI Microsoft tool, and Power BI is also from Microsoft tool, but still there is a difference. MSBI is a legacy system where you have a let me actually compare you between MSBI and Power BI. So the feature, when you say comparison, there could be a feature and there could be MSBI, and then actually, guys, go on mute please if someone was not speaking. Power BI, and then there is an Excel BI also. Let me actually split this breakdown. Okay, so here the feature, basically ETL is a feature. MSBI we have SSAS, and Power BI we have a Power Query. Okay, and modeling we have SSAS, and here we have a modeling. Okay, and reporting we have SSRS here, and here we have a reporting actually, report view. Okay, so that's where, I mean, you see this is the pack. Now you understand the technology evaluation, right? So when there was a 2G, 3G and 4G and 5G, a lot of things are actually going away, right? So the Power BI is also something like that. When the MSBI was there, now here we used to work like 5 to 6 people in a team, 5 to 6 people. In SSAS at least 3 to 4 people. Okay, and in SSRS at least 3 people. Okay, one report manager and admin and developer. So at least now you see 5, 3, 8, 11 people, and here at least 2 to 3 people is enough, because one admin, one developer, one business analyst, they can give you a power pack of all your reporting needs. Okay, and there is one more actually, Excel BI. People think that Excel BI and Power BI both are same. No, actually they are not same. Okay, so let me tell you how it is different basically. Okay, so it is basically difference that Excel BI. Same, it has Power Query, it has Power Pivot. Okay, it has Power View. Okay, but still it is not the same like Power BI. Okay, I will discuss this. Okay, Power Query. Right, because Power BI service is not there, so that's where the Power BI is so enterprise level. Now Power BI can cater like basic needs to enterprise level needs. Okay, a one person can create his own reports. To an enterprise, Fortune 500 companies can actually access Power BI. They are working on Power BI for their reports, right? And Microsoft is committed, so that's a different story altogether. Okay, so that's where you have a lot of demand. Now you see, imagine a company point of view. So 11 people to 2 to 3 people. So definitely they're ready to pay a double package if you are a good resource, even as per the market standard. That's where companies actually you know, hurrying for to get the right person, right? So that's where you can really understand how MSBI is different to a Power BI. MSBI is a legacy system where it deals with only the on-premise systems. Still, SS has a lot of demand in the market. Okay, but in this course, I'm not going to tell you SSIS, but I'm going to discuss SSAS, SSRS, and Power BI. Now you may ask, why SSAS? Why SSRS? Okay, yes, there is a benefit. I mean, if you have a gap of 4 to 5 years, and you can say that my career started with SSRS and then I'm into Power BI. So this is one of the reasons. And there is a page-rated report in Power BI system called Power BI Report Builder. To understand this, you can understand this, so that you can also have a additional, weapon in your backbone, right? So to more secure your career. SSRS can create the PageNet reports, and you can tell that I've migrated a lot of SSRS reports into Power BI using Power BI Report Builder, and also some couple of them we redesigned into Power BI using Power BI Desktop. So this is one of the storyline, and the other one is also, I'll tell you, a lot more scenarios like this, and there is a use case also with SSAS. Okay, and I'm going to explain you all this in detail, and we there's a working session, not just giving a gyan something like this. Okay, I'll show you everything in action, and you need to follow the same. Okay, so I can give you a strong, I mean, if you go anywhere, simply they will give you Power BI, at least Power BI with SQL Server. So here with SQL Server, we give extensive, connectivity modes like import and direct and composite, and the best practices, the performance improvements. Okay, connecting with SQL statements, connecting with store procedure, connecting with views, connecting with tables, and out of this, which is the best one? With actions, with proofs, we are going to discuss, so that you will get a lot of confidence, right? So Power Query, also we will cover almost every scenario, and I will give you a POCs, I will give you assignments. Okay, and modeling, yes, best practices comes under modeling. Very few concepts: row level security, active and active relationships, bidirectional cross filterings, and visualization part. So we do a lot of assignments on visualizations, and we do a lot of bookmarks and reporting features, right? So a lot of things that we are going to learn with real-time experience, the real-time challenges, the workarounds. Okay, that is the main important point that you need to consider when before you choosing my training. Okay, so this is all about differences with Power BI. Power BI is a non-traditional ETL come reporting tool. It will do ETL and reporting. So previously, any reporting system you take, they will only basically do a reporting. That's it. If you take a ClickView or Tableau, they only do a reporting. But Power BI is not like that. It has very good capabilities that it can work with Power Query. It can do clean the data. It can do transform the data. It can clean the data. In Power BI service, you do have a data flows where you can use your Power Query into next level, right? So that's where you will get a lot of benefits, and you will really appreciate the Power BI, how Microsoft is actually game changing in the business, right? So now let's understand a demo, how and what we really need. So we need a Power BI desktop. It's a free tool for developer. It's a developer tool. Okay, developer tool, and it's free. Anybody can get this. You can use it for free for lifetime. Okay, and then the Power BI license. Power BI license is required. Then where Microsoft is earning money, right? So using Power BI subscription. Okay, we call this as a subscription. Power BI subscription. It's called license. Okay, here we have a pro license and premium license, and embedded license. Okay, these are the licenses that we have. Okay, why and all we will discuss extensively, but for now, Pro, it is $14. Okay, $14, which means around 1500 to, initially it was 1,000 rupees, but because of this dollar fluctuation, now it's become $14. Microsoft increased, but when it compares to ClickView and ClickView Tableau, it's very cheaper. Okay, ClickView initially they have $500, but now they reduced to $40 or something, least premium, least subscription. But Power BI is $14 with Pro. Okay, and premium also, there are two types of two flavors. One is premium per user and premium per capacity. And apart from that, there is an embedded subscription also, where you can actually deploy your reports into web applications. Okay, and there's a front end developer, and all of things that will be there. Okay, so that we basically, I'll just give you just glimpse how it really works, but I'm not a front end developer, so we basically, I will define our scope as a Power BI developer, what you can, how and what you can work with front end developer to as a Power BI developer side. Okay, so all those things will be discussed, and I will give you a premium per user capacity license for 2 months. Okay, to practice, right? But what about after, if I want to practice? I need to understand why you actually required next time. If I feel okay, then I will give you, not an issue. Okay, I will not charge, but it's not about the money, but it's about your time and its efficiency, that you could get the job quickly. Okay, so why you're still after 2 months also, why you're not able to get the job? So I need to understand that better. Okay, so you need to follow up to, if you really want that. Okay, so for this, let me install Power BI Desktop. I've already installed, but I'll show you the process, like how to get. So search for Power BI Desktop, download. You can just hit enter. Now it leads to powerbi.microsoft.com. You should go to a original site. Okay, this is the Microsoft site, and here you can go and you see there is a products, and you can click on Power BI Desktop. Okay, now here you will get this screen, but I recommend to go this one, not this one. This will actually open this Play Store. Okay, so I don't want to go get from Play Store, but I recommend to go here, and here you can download. Before you download, what kind of laptop you required, and when is the last update. You see January 10th, the recent update, and you can, what these kind of things that you can do using this, and system requirement. It is expecting at least Windows 10. Okay, and it is expecting Edge browser, and it is also available in two flavors, like 32-bit operating system and 64-bit operating system, and that's it. But apart from this, I also recommend you should have at least 4 GB RAM. Okay, i3 processor or equivalent to that. AMD Ryzen also very good. So, but at least your computer should have a good speed. You make sure that. And how do I understand what is my system and all? You can simply go to this PC, Windows E. You can go to this PC. Where is my this PC? This one. You can go to properties. Sorry, not rename. Properties. This one. Here you can see all of them. You see my device name, my processor, and my RAM. And you don't need to have this much RAM, because I actually taken this for a video editing purpose. Somehow I could not able to do it, but you see 64-bit operating system. Okay, so that's how you can understand your system. But 4 GB at least enough, because there are a lot of success stories who actually worked with 8,000 laptop. I used to give to people 8,000 initially before pandemic. Okay, 8,000 to 10,000 max, but they actually still they are working after 4 or 5 years. Okay, we call them as refurbished laptops. You can go to get into CTC, there you will get them. Okay, but now it is costlier. Now they change the amount. Now Power BI subscription. I'm going to give it for free for 2 months. You can practice. I'll give you once you pay the fee. I'll I'll give you the all the details how to log in and everything. Okay, we work to Power BI desktop, Power BI service. We we create the report, we publish, and we see what to do and next, how to share with customers. Okay, so end of this course, you will be very confident that you can work with Power BI desktop, you can work with the Power BI service also as a developer role, admin role, UI UX business analyst. Lot of roles you can as a Stabler model developer, okay, SRS developer. You can play all these roles. This is a Power Pack offering. Okay, so along with a lot of tricks and tips. Okay, so imagine I'm going to download this and let me click the download. So now I have shown you mine is 64-bit, so I can choose this. And you are not sure, even after my watching this recording, still you not able to find whether your machine is 64-bit or 32-bit. Simply choose this. What will actually happen? It actually evaluate your machine. It will go and check your machine. Based on that, it will install whatever it really requires. It is not 32-bit. It will actually evaluate your system and then it will give you. But if you are sure, you can go for this. Not two are not required. Two different exe files. Okay, so you can click next, and then this will download less than a minute. Downloading is different. Installing is different. Okay, downloading and installing. Okay, so once we get download, we need to install it by double clicking it. It just click next, 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 and it will get installed. Okay, let me actually before that let me uninstall this. Sorry, I'm opening it. So control panel. What is this? Uninstall the program. Here you can see Power BI desktop. Remove, because I will show you how to download meanwhile, how to install. Right, so this is the old one. Anyway, I do not have January updates, so every month you should do like this. You need to you need to uninstall actually, but if it is not uninstalled, you will not understand how new installation will be, right? So that's where I'm installing. But if you have already installed one, then you can reinstall with the latest file. That's perfectly fine. Okay, I think meanwhile it might have downloaded. Yes, it is downloaded. You can go to download folder here, and meanwhile let me actually see whether it's done installed properly or not. Okay, so let me refresh this. Now see, it's gone. This is 5th February today, so it's not installed, but it is just downloaded. Still we can see that. Now I can double click so that it will open up. Okay, it's just finished. Okay, the installation finished, not the installation finished. Okay, now I'm opening this. Come on. Yeah, now we need to select the language, English, and then click next. Click yes. Preparing installation. Click next and accept the terms and conditions here, and then click next and click next. And I don't want any desktop here shortcut, so that's it. Very simple to install this Power BI desktop. As a Power BI developer, we work with this tool a lot. Okay, and after this installation, I'm going to work with one of the websites called IMF data, where we can get the data from a website. Okay, and we can prepare the reports. And in the website itself, there is a report, but we will understand the difference between that and this. So for that, let me actually show you. Let me prepare that website, IMF data. Okay, so there is a data set that is available. You can see imf.org. It's a public data set. Anybody can download. Okay, here you go by countries. Now you see all countries you can select, and then the next step is started. Now if you don't want any of the country, you can unselect it, but all are selected now. You can continue. Now we are in third step. In third step, there are a lot of data sets that are available. You can choose any of them. Choose the first one. Okay, and then you can choose the years from 2020 to 2027. Futuristic estimated data is also there, but you can just go to, let's say, 2021 to 2024. Okay, now just prepare the report. This is not Power BI report. This is just their website report. Okay, so this one I'm going to get it to Power BI, and let's see how we are going to get this. Now this is actually finished, looks like. Yeah, launch. So once you click on finish, Power BI desktop will automatically open up. Because I clicked multiple times, I could see a couple of them, so I just closed that other one. Now whenever you open up, you will see something there, a pop-up. Okay, you simply close this. It will ask you to sign in and a lot of things, but you don't need to do this. You can just simply close that. Okay, then here I will explain you all these things, like each and everything we will work, not only one time, couple of times we work on each option. So that's how we do exercise. And for this, there is an option to get the data inside Power BI. Okay, that is called get data. Get data is actually not a Power BI desktop component, but it's a Power Query component. I'll show you, you will understand by going forward. Now if you see, Power BI is going to connect 99 plus sources. How many sources it will connect? 99 plus sources it can connect. It can connect files, it can connect databases, it can connect Power Platforms, it can connect Azure components, it can connect online services, and it can also connect other sources like Spark, Scala, Hive, or Python. Okay, so all those things it can connect. But for now, I'm going to go to a file system called web. So I think web is available here, the first one and the other. Okay, so this is a website URL. I'm going to paste it. Now you can take anything like Wikipedia. Okay, Wikipedia is also open source data. You can take, and I just selected and Control X so that I'm sure that I did not miss any letter, so that it will be a proper copy. And then click OK. Now beyond the scenes, Power BI does do a web scraping. Okay, scrap, right? So scraps will be what we just use it for another what we call, I am not getting the exact word, but we do a scrap for regenerating the metal again, right? So the similar way, beyond the scenes, Power BI do actually web scraping, and it will just get the HTML code, display text. It will not miss anything. Okay, and it will try to give you as a data. And you see there's a web view, but I really don't understand why this view, but because we are here in the right place. You are not into any other places, you are in this current page. That's what it says. But here, this is important for us. So this, you see, table 1 and table 2, it's created. This we really want. Okay, you can check table 1 or table 2, but still you see you cannot enable this load or transform because you did not select this checkbox. And now you see the column 1, column 2, it's not a proper headers. So what we will do, we will transform the data. We will change something, clean something. Okay, whenever you just do that, the tool inside the tool will pop up. You see, this is Power BI desktop, but this is Power Query. Right? So that's where you can differentiate. Power Query is a tool inside the tool. It's an ETL tool. It will actually clean the data, transform the data. Now we are in the era of bigger data. right? So structured, semi-structured, unstructured data will be there. So you should get the meaning out of that to get the job. Data is oil, right? So that's where Microsoft realized, and then they have also, within simple reporting, things will not move out. So we should give, kind of a powerful tool so that I can do a good business. Business is actually kind of giving the value, right? So Power Query is very powerful tool. So here, what we basically do, we realize that this is the header, right? So we will use this as a header. There's an option here, use first as a header. Perfect. Now you see there are an applied steps. Okay, first we connected to this source. This is a URL, and then we extracted this particular table one, and then the change data types are actually happened, and then we promoted header, and then again change data type. Change data type actually it can be done by Power Query automatically. It's an optional. You can remove this. It's an independent step. Not to worry. Nothing will actually happen. Okay. You can also remove this, but let it be. Okay, let it be. Sometimes it will give a good thing, but sometimes it will not give. So you should be very careful. And 40 to 50% of challenges you will get because of data types. So how many data types we have actually? So these many data types are there. We will discuss extensively on all these data types. Not now. Okay. Not now, but after in the next sessions. But here I don't have this and this. I don't want because it's a same text repeating. Okay, scale also I don't want. Now you see some red color is coming, which is not a good data, a good mechanism. But why it is coming? It is just because the metadata is not properly configured. So that's because it's coming. So even I don't want this notes also. Okay, but still the red color, which means error. Red color means error. Okay, so it is not actually the error, but it's not properly not configured. If you have a complete red color, it's an error. Okay, so what you can do is you can save this report for now, and let's see, and you can close and open. That's it. So that's where you can see 2023, and you can give a name to this, saying that demo report or IMF report. Okay, you can mention the year, apply later. Okay, so if that is not case, what you can do, you can what we can do, so it will go away. I'll let me show you this. Okay, you can go to the previous step. Now come back. Now you see it's just gone, but you see some black color, right? So what is this black color? Now you need to understand this column profile, how it looks like. In the column profile, column stats, you could see like how many errors are there, how much empty it is there, how many distinct values, unique values, empty strings, all those things it will tell you. But column quality is important, right? So you can see what is error, valid data and error and empty, right? So this is kind of a column quality. Okay, but what is the difference between column quality and profile? In the column profile, you could see a lot of other things like statistical values, like count, all those things, minimum value and maximum value, all those stuff, unique and distinct. Column profile is something different, but column quality is basic understanding of how your data is. Is there any errors? Is there an empty? Now you see here we have empty, 1% empty. 99% valid data. So this is how you can actually clean the data. This is very powerful mechanism. We will discuss them later. Okay, for now you can just understand this, and simply you can, there's a blank, you can simply do that, or else you can simply go to this black color and it will pop up, and you can simply click this remove empty. That's it, it's gone. But still this NI is not a valid record, and you can remove that also. Blank nulls are gone. Still you can search for NA, and if you don't find it, you can search N, and you see you got an NA, and you click OK. Now you see entire record is gone. We will discuss this extensively in the next sessions, but for now I'm just showing you a demo, okay, and then later we will see. But this is not going to be a good reporting. I want like country, year, and then the GDP. So these three columns I really want. But here I will see columns are in the something like this. Okay, I want like years here and then particular amount here. But now you see there are 192 countries, so 192 rows are there. But each country I want 5 years data. 1, 2, 3, 5 years data. Imagine. So each country should have 5 records. So how I'm going to get this? There is a transformation is required. 5 or 6 years data. Or 7 years data is there. Okay. So huge data is there. Right. So I'm going to go a transform, and there is unpivot columns. Well, there are three options, but still I'm showing you first option. We actually extensively experiment on all the options, which actually should use and when with an easy to understand manner. Okay, so then you will now you see unpivot output is attribute and value. So attribute is nothing but year here, and then value is GDP. Okay, how to do unpivot to pivot? It is not just simply clicking unpivot. Pivot will not work out. There is a process, but still you see this is an ABC. It should not be ABC. It's a decimal value, right? You can convert this to a decimal. Let's see what happens. I expect this is a decimal value, but you see, oh good, this is completely green color. Okay, quality is also good. Now I don't want to a decimal, I want to a numerical value, let's say whole number. How can I do that? You can do a simply a multiplication with 1000, because I see the highest decimal is third. So multiply with 1000 so that the decimals will go. This number. Now I can change it to a whole number. So this is how we work with, I mean, this is one of the glimpse that this is how we work actually with the data type. Okay. Otherwise you will get errors. Some red color here. So if you see some red color, then somewhere there is a mistake. There is some, unwanted data is available in that particular column. Okay. This is very, very powerful. Here I can change this name to a GDP data. IMF GDP data. Okay, you see whenever you change here, it will be changed here also. Okay, this is one of the powerful, lot of changes you can see. The good thing is that you can go back and see what you have done, what was your previous data. This is very, very powerful, the applied steps, a unique mechanism. And then you can close and apply. The data will be only loaded those three columns here. And actually after that we should go to modeling, and we should have a table relationship, because it's a single table, so you do not have much things to discuss in the modeling part. Okay, so data is actually loading. You see there are 10 error records. Okay, how to get those error records? You can click that and it will just have this kind of thing, and you can simply go to transform data. You see these are the errors. So what is the error? You see there is a NA, but why initially that did not given? Actually it will give you a first 1000 rows. So this NA is not actually there in that first 1000 rows. So that's where it actually, while loading, it will actually validate each and every record. So that's where it is came. Now I can go here. Now I can come here and search for NA. If you don't get that, you can load more, and you can search N. See, limiting it to 1000 records. It is more than 1000, so that's where it's not coming. Ideally it should come. Even if I search it, in this case what we can simply do, we can go actually and remove the errors simply, because we realize that the errors are actually not all are actually valid records. Okay, so that's where I can come to the main query and I can simply remove errors. That's it. Now once you removed, it should be blank, but still it is not blank, right? Why it's not blank? Why it's not removed the errors? Oh, Remove errors. So this is actually removed. Something is actually removed. I don't want to remove that. Let me delete that. Now let's see. Now it's gone empty. So I didn't do any magic. Previously, I don't know, something is actually applied on the errors removed on the country column. I was selected this and then removed errors, but that is not the right one, right? So I should have selected this and then remove errors. So this is was done. So that is the reason you see error report. Now you see this remove errors actually on the GDP. Okay, so that's where now you get an empty. Now you can delete this because we don't. It will capture the errors there. Now you can also delete this group. Now you see we got our data back, and then you can close and apply. Now we have these three columns, and simply you can take the country so that the map will be created. Okay, you can nicely understand your data. So where is your GDP and everything. This is one of the powerful feature. It actually a Bing map. Okay, and you can also bring the years into slices. Okay, and you can also take another visual, something like that. And you can do a country-wise GDP, something like this. You see, now I don't want all countries GDP. So Islamic Republic is good in GDP, Iran. Okay, so but still you can reduce this by, let's say I want only top 5 countries. You can simply go to advanced filter and top and filter. We will discuss this top and everything, and by when I see top based on the GDP, and you can say apply. Now you see only top countries, top 5 countries. In 2004, who is the top? In 2002, who is the top? So countries here it could change. The fifth person could change, but all are top 5 countries almost all years. Okay, so that's one of the thing. And not only that, you can also change by year. Let's say Control C, Control V, and you can also change by year. Okay, so maybe something like this we can convert. Now you can easily understand this, right? So we can do lot many things. We can enable the data labels. Okay, and you can easily understand. And here the bubble size you can increase. Each bubble is actually equal size, right? So you can increase by GDP value. Now you see where the GDP, where is the big bubble, you can go there. This is Iran and this is Indonesia. So that's where you can see a good GDP. And where is Vietnam? If you click this, it will come to Vietnam. You see, map is also actually interacted. So this is very powerful. The interaction between visuals is the greatest feature that you could not see in the old reports, traditional reports like SSRS. Right? So that's where Power BI is a non-traditional ETL tool come reporting system, reporting tool. Okay, so you can select any of them and you see all of the other things are actually automatically changed. Right? So interaction is actually happening. And you can save and publish. So where to publish? You can go to app.powerbi.com. Here, either you can simply click publish button here, but I need to sign in. So I will show you that later. But for now, you can just sign in into one of the email ID and password which I have shared with you. I will share with you. So here you see we have created a lot of workspaces. A lot of people actually they will create the workspaces. We actually work all of these things like this. We will create multiple reports and data sets. Okay, and you can see a lineage view. We will discuss this extensively, how basically and all these things, how to understand why we created this kind of flows and everything, that you will understand. Okay, but for now I'm going to go to my workspace here. Here also we have couple of things. I'll do one thing. I'll just create a workspace simply. We will discuss how to create a workspace, but for now, imagine this is a workspace and save it so that empty. So here you can upload the file which we have created now. Okay, so Feb 2023 demo report. I should have saved. Okay, if not, then it will not. Now you see, we got this report and data set. So one PBX file become two now. Here the data and connection string will be there, and here the reports will be there. Now you see, this is actually not coming because my tenant admin actually, you should know what is tenant admin and what can he control, right? So for that, here we just off this visual, this image is not to be displayed, so that there's a other person who actually can control these things. Now you see, things can interact, but apart from that visual, you can have everything. Okay, here also you can edit the report. Now let's say I want total uh, population, total GDP here to the card. Now you see in the 2026 46 billion, 44, 42, 49. See here, here, here. Every time whatever you select, these cards and everything are getting interacted. Right? So this is one of the greatest feature, and you can create additional pages also. Here also we can create, but there is a difference between creating a report here versus there. Okay, that's what you are going to learn throughout this course. Okay, everything, your precise observations are matter. Okay, and otherwise you will definitely get by practicing also. That is not a matter that okay, I should be intelligent, like what's going on, why it is actually happening. You don't need to do everything on the convex lens, saying what is this and all. Just follow the game, play well, and play honestly, and definitely you will get the good results. Okay, if you do not do honest with you, okay, then you will not get the results. Why I'm saying this, people will do a kind of cheap tricks that no, let's together we go and see, learn this course. That won't work out. Okay, I am putting my hard work, you're also putting your hard work, and get the results, and you're paid for my hard work. Okay, so this is one of the warning that I'm going to give you. I have a tracker, but see, without one-on-one you will not get succeed, and if you pollute that, that's up to you. That's your value system. Okay, so, and one-on-one is a best results that I see, that I've seen who are actually got the success. They actually worked with me. Okay, so that's where you will get the results. Okay, so that's all for now. If you have any questions, and if you really want to have a one-on-one, that would be really great. And any feedback, feel free to ping me in the Skype one-on-one. You see, there is a lot of one-on-one discussions that are actually happens with me. A lot of people they discuss their issues. You see, whenever there is an issue, there is a anything, we will discuss something like this. Okay, so it's like a real-time chat discussion. There are modes of communication. When there is an urgency and emergency, then you can call me on phone. But if it is something like I hate to discuss on phone, basically I'm not a phony guy, so I never have, I mean very rarely I get the calls, but nowadays I'm getting too many calls. So that's where I'm actually, I mean, that's where you should also realize that whether it is an important or urgent, and it's a complex to explain in the chat. Definitely you can call me. I'm happy that. But if it is a simple thing, yes or no answers, because in the real time you basically chart a lot. Okay, so if you are not familiar with that, try to practice this. The reason for Teams is that you should know, Skype is that it is Skype become a Teams basically. Previously they started with the Skype, and then it will become Skype for business, then the Skype for business will become now Teams. Teams is a tool in the real time. 90%, 99% companies will use Teams. Very few companies use Google Chat, Google Talk. Okay, but 99% will use Teams. Teams is nothing but a Skype. And Skype you will get, if you can install in a phone, you will get a call. If you forgot, if you are doing some headache work and a lot of challenges you are facing, and you tired and you slept, but your phone call will wake you up. So that's where I just chosen this. And if you go for a Google Meet, there is no group discussion. Even for Zoom also, there is no group discussion. That's where I realized this Teams is the best option, free and best. I know little challenges. You might not see full screen, a lot of things, but that's okay. So where there is a pros and there are cons, right? So any other things, feel free to connect with me. This is the right time to discuss. People used to call me when I was something, some other work. I could not able to focus you, but this time I will definitely, dedicatedly talk to you if you call me after this call. Okay, thank you. I'm waiting for your call after this group discussion. If you really want to talk in the group, that's fine, perfectly fine. You can talk to me. Okay, I will give you 1 more minute. Tigala, please stop recording. I told you I do not require to record the session, so I will give you anyway. This actually happens without your knowledge also. Sometimes it happens. That's okay. Any questions you want to discuss in group? Otherwise, you ping me. So how to ping? Simply go to here and search for Mahendar AcademyPro. Okay, and you will get my photo. Mahendar AcademyPro. Okay, because I'm searching for myself, something like that. You will get it. Okay, so you could see my photo here, something like this. Okay, then you can ping me hi, or you can search for this ID. Okay, so this is my ID. So share profile. I don't know what if I copy this, and you can chat with me on this. If you do not know, it's very simple one. You can just, it's like a Google Gmail. You can create an Outlook email address. I'll tell you the importance of Outlook email address later. But if you really, it looks more professional, right? So mine is mahendra.pujari@outlook.com. Not like a gmail.com, but Outlook is a more professional. So you can create this. And there are benefits also, I'll tell you later. And if you have a Gmail, that's perfectly fine. If you don't want more mail IDs, that's okay. And you can keep with still Gmail, but you can log in with Gmail also. Thank you guys. Thanks for your time, and see you tomorrow, morning 7 to 8.